Four season is a catch-22, if you will. You get the rut dates for that time frame. Those deer come down out of their summer and mid-ranges and come into that lower country that time of year.
See where the beef are? Just outside of those Quakies.
The particular spot that we hunted, they give a lot of tags even for a four season. A lot of the public land just gets hit hard. It's a lot more of a strategy game than it is like a physical hunt.
That's private right there? Or no, that's public. Where's the public start?
Everything back in that whole face is all public.
Yeah.
And then this front face right here is private. The hills behind it are all public.
We're seeing deer and it feels ruddy. We saw a couple bucks rutting pretty decent on private. It feels like we got some momentum right now. Trying to decide what to do in the morning though for the opener. I like this for the morning though, don't you?
Are we sitting here for a second? We can, yeah. No, you tell me. Yeah. If we're gonna sit, I'm gonna take my back off real quick. Okay. It's better. This ridge right here. Three good bodies, like good bodies right there. Oh. On the close ridge. Close ridge. How far down? Just feeding over the top. That one's a doe. Well, I saw one of the three. We'll see him again. Doe. That's a buck. Oh, it's a 2x4. Okay. Oh, he's a 4 on the left.
Yeah.
He's only a 2 on the right.
Want to kill him?
Wait, how's he on 2 on the right? He forks on the. He has a 2 and a 3.
No.
Check that.
Yeah, come look at him. Just a 2x4. I mean, he's a wide 2x4.
Oh yeah, you're right. He's just a 2.
What's that?
Yeah, you're right.
Going into a four season, you never know what's going to show up that evening or even the next day, next 2 days, because it gets better. It gets substantially better every day, or it's supposed to get substantially better every day.
This looks awfully open, Brandon. So those first trucks we saw were
Clear at the end of this
4
back
miles
road.
from here, 6 miles from here. No, 3.
Probably 3. So if we go down and back, with, like you say, like a 6 mile.
We might have this to ourselves.
I think this end we do.
That one in the middle face down the doe too, right? Gosh, man. Can 10 does really be empty like that this time of year?
He's a 4-point. You're gonna kill him, Porter. Look at him.
He's yours if you want him.
He's about to leave. You want him?
No, he's yours if you want him.
Should we kill him? Should we kill him? I want to kill him. Yeah, I think I'm going to. If I can.
Is he still stoned us?
Yeah.
Can you see him?
Yeah.
Friend?
so perfect. He was just sitting there. It's like he wanted a piece of Brando.
Going good. We've got a great hillside and canyon to glass. We just get too timbery on this side. We can't find somewhere to cut it apart. So we'll keep working down this ridge. It seems to open up the further down in we get. So we'll just have to find some lanes to glass from. I think we're 2,000 feet.
6 good bowls. Bachelored up. Oh, it's been a rough one. We went real high and a little too high, probably above the deer, so it kind of burned the prime time of the morning. Still hunting through the aspens, so finally got to the spot where we can glass. Feels like we're behind the 8 ball a little bit. We're above the deer.
Too high.
I've also learned that I really, really like glassing, and I get claustrophobic in the timber. I hate not seeing. I feel like I'm not hunting.
You can get antsy.
Oh, God.
You're not a still hunter.
I feel like I'm not hunting. I feel like I'm not accomplishing anything. It drives me nuts.
We saw those elk.
True.
Could have been 2 big bucks instead of 2 big bulls. Just
True.
like this time of year.
I'm as high, but yeah. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I got 6 or 7 on the right.
I have 18 on the left.
Yeah. I mean, can a buck's got to be in there, right? The deer are with
That's got to be a buck. Bedded.
Tell you in 1 second, bud.
That's a buck. He's not a super big buck, but he's tall. I think he's shootable from this side where he's at if he doesn't get up and move. We'll see. See if he's something we want to kill.
Well, let's go kill him. I can't. All I see is the doe bedded in the shade to the left of the tree. There's a dead tree. There's a doe bedded facing this way.
Yeah. So you've got the doe bedded right here. The tree is right here.
Yeah.
He's right there.
That's where the doe is. The tree is
No,
here.
just like that far above the doe.
Oh.
We'll do this. You see him?
No. Oh my God. That's like, where's Waldo?
Well, that's kind of what we're doing right now.
Holy cow. Good eye, Brando. That's unbelievable that you spotted that. Now, let's find his big brother who pushes him off those does. Like the one last night was a mature buck, though. That's why I felt a little bit better.
Okay. He gets a hard pass.
On is public. Quarter of the way down is yours. That's why.
It's probably hard to access.
Yeah, you have to access it from that ridge line over there.
See that phone pole way out there? At the top almost?
In the snow, yeah?
Yeah, just below that.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, no, that's on private. So this particular spot's a narrow, it's a small little piece of public pinch between 2 big farms, 2 big ranches. And there's a pinch point. So if you're not the first in line, you just get stacked behind hunters, and then you're just waiting for their leftovers, basically.
This is definitely the most strategy around private that I've experienced in Colorado.
Those crazy pieces of land that are, shaped funny, that are in between, the private land and the sanctuaries that they they create. For a guy that doesn't have access to the private land, they're key.
Doe. Doe. 394. Doe, doe. Come on, be a big buck, follow. Got a pile of deers. They're just skirting the pub. They're on public, but they're just like 50 yards on the public. And when they bump, they just hop on over. But there's a pile of deer down there. Let's go kill him. It's the first buck we've seen. Let's go. He's looking at us. Brandon. Brandon. Come kill him right here. He's watching us. Lay down. 600. Kill him. He's looking at us hard. 600 yards. You got that shot. You can't see because of the sage. He's staring at us hard. That's a good buck. How far is he? 606. 606 from a sitting shot. Hey, we can. Hey, if we go this way, will he bump a little bit or will he go straight away? Because he's staring at us. You tell me. Oh, no, that's a good buck. Buck, is he? Yeah. Do you think we should get closer? No. No. He's like on us. Yeah.
Where'd he go?
He's in front. His leg. You hurt.
That's a miss.
You stoned him.
Did I?
Yeah, you stoned him.
I stoned him?
You hit front first one. Like he was hurt real bad. Tipped him.
I don't know if I know I'm not cold, because...
Dude, that's a big frame.
Yeah, that's a big deer. Like, big deer. He's dead right there in the brush. Like, I can see him laying. Like, it's just...
Until you said he's a 3-point, I thought... I wasn't going to say
like,
it.
big deer.
Like...
I told Sayed I was going to shoot the first deer we saw today.
No.
Oh, we did.
He shot a good one.
I'm just going to text her and say I just shot a 3-point.
You sure he's a straight 3?
I think so. That's crazy deer.
Look at these shoes. Right to. That's a cool ass buck. This is the view we had for what, 30 minutes?
Felt like it.
And I mean, it was
Probably only 5.
no, Brandon. That was legitimately 15 or 20 minutes.
I didn't get a good look at him until I was set up on the scope. Once I had my gun set up super steady, I cranked it up to, max power on the rifle scope, and then I could start seeing how he was built.
It's a big tenderloin for deer, for mule deer.
I knew he had giant backs. He had a huge frame, big wide deer, big tall back end. I'm super excited about that deer.
Yeah, trees just coming out to the left.
I can't tell what he is. He's got a good frame. He's rutting hard. He's got the ears and up. He's decently tall.
He's a.
Crabby front left.
I don't know that he's got a front left or right.
Got deer scattered everywhere. Got one buck that's rutting really hard. Decent buck, just doesn't have any front forks. He's got probably 15 does, and then there's just does and little bucks scattered throughout this whole sage flat.
We saw a lot of deer tonight. We saw one shooter buck, but it was on private. The rut's fully on. Feel good about in the morning.
Well, we have weather moving in. Like there's a cold front came in, cloud cover. Tomorrow should be probably our best day, to be honest with you.
Gonna have to lace up them boots early tomorrow morning. We got a buck.
I think he's a 3x4. He's got big backs. He actually looks pretty wide. Like probably 26, 27. He's rutting.
That's a good buck.
Up probably, 1,000 yards? 1,200 yards away.
Get. Reload. Just to the left. Just to the left. Hit him. You did. He's dead.
Dead?
2 good shots. 2 really good shots. Great shot, bud. Both shots were money.
Good spot on him, dude.
Both shots were money, Porter. Money.
Shit, freaking cold. That grass was in my freaking...
He's a stud, too.
Thanks, dude.
That's awesome.
it's a great feeling. That's your ultimate goal going into it. Have all the parties of your hunting party successful. And so going into Colorado with the expectations that we had and the hopes that we had of harvesting 2 good deer, and then actually have it come to fruition is a great feeling. You know, leaving the hunt with 2 animals, you know, coolers full of meat and two good racks is an amazing feeling.